In this video, I will show you why you cannot use normal gloves for your in chemistry or some dangerous chemicals. Because I'm telling you, you may wondering I'm working with chemicals, but I don't wearing gloves because I don't have proper gloves. If you don't have proper gloves, so you can not use the gloves. Without gloves, it's not dangerous when you use a long types of gloves for projects like dealing with acids. More damage with under gloves condition with total gloves condition, otherwise they're not. Meaning, if you have experimental sulfuric acid or nitric acid without gloves, it can acid little drop fall spill out your skin. It can tiny burn your skin. But when happen, you can use the wrong type of gloves. May your gloves can react with acid and catch fire. So it may be you burn with full hand that's like a ash. So never use long type of gloves with acids. This chemical gloves is water for chemicals dealing, not a liquid chemical, salt chemical, but even skin is also too strong. It can directly by touching any salt chemicals, it is not damaged, but not as acids or solutions. Now remove gloves. Although my gloves are a little bit wet due to my hands are wet, so that's why it is little bit. I'm clean my hands right now, so that's why it can stick in my hand. So these are normal gloves. So I tell mention. So previously I made a thumbnail, so you can see I put acid on the gloves, not my hand. So this is I can clear you. I put the acid in the gloves, not on my hand. Otherwise I know when I put the acid in my gloves, my original hand, like my hand, so it can burn my hand. So that's why I can not it. This case I use a bit because my plastic table is won't damage when I put the sulfuric acid. So it is a sulfuric acid. Although this is mainly this is a nitrile gloves. Three types of gloves. Latex, nitrile, vinyl. Vinyl is a much good glove. It is made of plastic. It is a use for sulfuric nitric acid, but it is also used for nitric acid as well as other acid. You can use gloves, not a latex or nitrile. So my are nitrile. So let's see behavior of the acid in nitrile gloves. This is sulfuric acid although. Right now I don't have nitric acid, so I use a sulfuric acid. I add only 4 or 5 milliliters. Keep in mind, it is a very concentrated. Right now I just my bottle is little bit acid on, so that can may not fill. So it is a very black acid, but it is not a black reality because it is too old, not too much old, but it is little bit old, so that's why it's black. Now I can carefully drop because my skin maybe it's not good, so it can spill on my face or my body, so that's why. Just keep wait and while. And after all, I can clean these gloves. I think there's not that with sulfuric acid with nitrile gloves. I can wash it with water and check any leaks of water with our gloves. If I can apply this acid into bare cloth, it damage the cloth. So this it may not react like a much I expected. Not react to although I can think it is reacts bit. You can see it is react with bits. It can come out of bubbles, but it is not reacted there. So this can survive. Nitrile glove can survive with sulfuric acid, but not a nitric acid maybe. Survive with. Sometimes there are two types of nitric acid. Fumate one or concentrated, but concentrated is 69%. Or fumate one minimum 70 to maximum 100% one. So this case I have 69. So it can close the 70 on 69 nitric acid, but not laying around my lab, I mean my room or lab, but still I can get for few days or try other way or way. So although with that, if tell about hydrochloric acid, it is 30%, I am 100% sure hydrochloric acid cannot destroy these gloves because there are sulfuric acid is much powerful than hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is not a powerful at all. And wait for a while until I can see something. May I can tell you I am worried about because there's acid. I don't touch acid point. So you can see the bubbles are coming out. Meaning there is acid. So you can see the bubbles. Not now you can see there are bubbles are formed, but it is not that at all. Although I am dealing with carefully because there is a bare acid, so I don't touch the. So although I made thin to try one more thing because, but it is not good at all because I thinking what happened if I can wear a glove in wearing a glove in my hand after I then add a acid little bit on my finger with wearing a gloves. So it can pass through gloves with my finger or not. Maybe it cannot catch fire, but maybe it can damage the gloves. Maybe I go inside react, but I don't think I do it because I cannot destroy my these hands. So that's why I am right now it's searching a pH indicator for show you it is how much concentration of this sulfuric acid is. And after all, I then wash these gloves with water and fill with water inside to check out there's no any oil that is oil is inside which can acid pass into of oil. And after I also try with hydrochloric acid, may it can be worth hydrochloric, but I don't think hydrochloric because this is a monster acid is this sulfuric acid, but hydrochloric acid I don't think it worth. But I'm trying also. So I am show you right now it is not good at all. I am touch my finger with wearing gloves into the acid strip, so it not react with burn my finger. But there is right now I wearing a gloves, so it is safe. I say it is safe to handling with sulfuric acid with these types of gloves, not a nitric acid at all. Now you can see I use a cloth. Now put a sulfuric acid into cloth. Check. I cannot find pH paper right now because it is mismatch on my table or workbench. The pH indicator, so that's why I am use cloth to show you the concentration of the acid. So I think accidentally I can put more acid, so I can need only few amount of acid because I did not damage. Let's see. I put a cloth and see how much it is, how much time take to it can pass. It can pass with these cloth. And I also show the final result of these gloves because there are gloves which I can clean. It has no any damage. So you can see I touch my bare hands, but right now it is clean at all. I can try carefully. So you can see these are gloves. I am say these gloves can handle the sulfuric acid, survive sulfuric acid with not other acid like nitric acid. So, hydrochloric acid I also not sure, but I in the end I also try the experiment with these. So you can see both gloves are still too much wet, but there are not at any external damage. So all the my word mat is still wet. Now see what acid is. So you can see it can pass through a lot. Now you can see there are lots of incidentally now I can see this lot is the burnt out. So you can see they burnt out. Oops. I did not sulfuric acid data side. Now you can see this burnt out. So this is a pure sulfuric acid. So you can see it further burning out. Now try with these gloves again with hydrochloric acid. 30% not stated. How I try again. All this gloves is also wet because I previously not dry. Well, I clean it. So all this is a gloves. It is a other gloves which I can only touch by my finger. Wearing gloves with finger with acid. Sulfur. Now try with hydrochloric. This is hydrochloric. So it is available in this other bottle. Not this is the one bottle. This is the other bottle. So this is that whole bottle, but inside hydrochloric is. So I can open the cap first and now check how much damage these acid and these gloves. All it can survive. Although this machine is not though, so I can just bring acid with their taps and carefully. I think it was too much. Right now it is not damaged. So you can see this smoke is coming out. So it's then at my table accidentally, but not there. So just put that. I made an accidentally mistake, so I can think it. You can see it is too much reactive, but it is not damaged cloth. So again we can put the cloth. Make sure this time cloth is clean inside, so I can not mix sulphate and hydrochloric acid is mixed. So just a little bit there. So it cannot all only just wait. Recently I can make a mess, so that's why I can my acid is poured out my table, so that's why I can clean with this acid with this cloth, so you know it any cloth filled with acid. So everything is it can it can burn any sides if acid is damaged this. Oddlobs are also present in there, which I cannot touch the acid point. Right now it's still not problem. Just once I can continue to put the gloves on one side. So it's see still reactive, but I don't pick because it is a very bad smell right now I feel. I am sure you may be seeing noise. This acid is used lots of reactive with gloves, but it is not burnt at all. Just wait. I think it is enough time because it is too much very bad smell is coming out. So I pause them and clean it, the gloves, and fill with water that may any oil inside. It is not oil. It is this gloves and win because these two survive two acid tests. If anything is damage in come with these gloves, may then it is failed. This survive is not this test is failed by these gloves and pass. So you can see these gloves are fine. So there still water is remaining. So you can see it is hydrochloric acid and not damaged these gloves. So filter all water. So I just pull the water and back and forth. You can see it is any lead inside, all are inside. So it can water spill everywhere in my table, but it is not. So you can know these gloves are fine. So acid can survive. These gloves can survive these two acids, hydrochloric and sulphuric. Right now, this is part 1, part 2 I try with nitric acid maybe, or part and something else. And so this video is done with the next video soon. You can see it is not it is can survive. I am sulphuric acid and hydrochloric acid is part 1, or part 2 I try with nitric acid and something else like acetic acid or something other. And right now it is can pass, survive sulphuric and acid test pass.